We're now on episode 3 of The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, and I just want to say that I've been having a lot of fun doing these videos so far, so thank you so much for watching them. I really do appreciate any feedback that I've been getting, whether through text messages, through social media, DMs, in the comment section below. You guys know who you are, and I just want to say thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I feel like I honestly couldn't have picked a better time to want to make content around mindset and motivation, especially with everything going on with this whole coronavirus pandemic. Because when life shows up, you must show up harder. This pandemic is the perfect test for you right now to keep consistently making positive decisions and correct, simple daily disciplines without any virus or any economical issue or problem to come at you and weigh you down. Even if you may feel like that there are some step backs in your life now because of everything going on, just remember what we discussed in the last 2 videos about having a positive philosophy. And we're going to get a little bit more into that in today's video as well. I know if you're watching this video right now, you have what it takes to be successful and shine, especially in these times of uncertainty, because that will 100% show once this all blows over. So I just wanted to praise you for that and really just let you know how important that is as we dive into episode 3. So far in this series, we talked about success a lot, but what about happiness? In The Slight Edge, Jeff Olson talks about what science has learned about happiness. In the last over 100 years, the majority of the study in psychology has been used to focus on really what's wrong with people. Emotional disturbances, psychological illnesses, trauma, psychosis, mania, obsession, insanity, and the list goes on and on. Overall, examining the darker side of humans. In the late 90s, a psychologist from Philadelphia by the name of Martin Seligman shared the idea with his colleague, what if happiness is more than simply absence of sadness? This moment created a whole new branch of psychological research, and by the early 2000s, millions of dollars were funded into this new positive research of psychology. What they learned from this research that we now know today is that happiness is not something you pursue. It isn't out there for you to hunt down. It's right in front of us every day. Again, it is not something you pursue. It is something you do. It is a lot of somethings you do. In fact, a lot of little somethings. Simple things you do every day or simple things you don't do every day. Wow, I'm starting to see a common theme here, and I sure hope you are too. In the past 15 years, science has learned happiness doesn't come from genetics, luck, or chance. Happiness has a lot less to do with circumstances than we may think it does. Happiness is created by simple, easy things we do every day, and unhappiness is created by not doing those simple, easy, everyday things. Personally, before I read The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, I always felt as if personal success, financial success, and professional success would ultimately lead me to my own happiness, but I was wrong the entire time. It is the other way around. Happiness leads to success. Not sure if any of you knew this, but research has actually shown that people who are happier have way better health. And I don't mean just better health as in they're not overweight and they look like an Instagram model. I mean they actually have less likely of a chance towards strokes and heart attacks. They have a lot less pain inflammation along with a stronger immune system, and are resistant to viruses. They have resilient personalities, have better work performance, have more fulfilling, long-lasting relationships and marriage, have a larger and more active social sphere, are more involved in their communities, more financially successful, and they overall live longer. These things all come after happiness. Happiness doesn't come after getting all these things. It is crazy how myself and so many others out there have had it backwards this whole time. Even reflecting back to my time on Twitch, it completely makes sense now why my whole shot at going full-time as a content creator went down in 2019 and did not go the way I wanted to. And to be honest, I'm more than happy with that. This all really goes back to what we were talking about in previous videos, having a positive philosophy. The right philosophy leads to the right attitudes, which leads to the right actions. Going back to positive psychology, research has shown us that you can reprogram your brain with simple, easy to do habits and exercises. Jeff Olson calls these happy habits. Easy to do and easy not to do. I like to personally think of the brain as a muscle. In order to make your muscle stronger, you have to work that muscle. Well, these simple to do tasks are work for your brain that will take conscious effort to do at first, but over time they will come naturally and actually benefit you in the long run. An author by the name of Sean Aker teaches a set of 5 things that you can do every day that if you do them consistently over time, you will see significant, noticeable, and measurable positive changes towards your overall happiness. 1. Each morning, right when you wake up, write down 3 things you're grateful for. Don't write down the same 3 things every single day, but when you write them down, make sure they're different every day. It could be as something simple and cliche as the warm sun on your face. It could be being thankful for the community that has supported your content online so far. It could be for friends, for family, for your relationship. It could be for being able to be surrounded by people that you can have mature intellectual conversations with. Grateful for your own security and safety. Grateful for your pet. Literally anything. This really trains your brain to go out of your way to hunt for the positive in your life, from the smallest to the biggest. Journal for 2 minutes a day, just 2 minutes, that's literally all you need, about one positive experience you had in the past 24 hours. Write it down and write it down with some detail. Relive it. This causes your brain to literally re-experience that moment, which doubles its impact on your day. Number 3, meditate daily. This can be a hard one to do at first, especially if you have a really hectic schedule and whatnot. You've never meditated before. If you've never meditated before, I put a link in this video in the description to a mindful meditation walkthrough, I guess you could call it. You just kind of listen to it, and there's no visual, it's just an audio, and you listen to it, and they kind of tell you what to do while meditating. It's really, I find it personally to be very relaxing, and it's about 10 or 15 minutes long. I forget, I don't have the video in front of me right now. However, though, it's very helpful. It's very helpful, and I definitely recommend doing the full video for your first time. But if you have a really packed schedule and you're very busy all the time, try to at least make time for it, at least for 2 to 5 minutes a day. And that's something you can definitely do. 2 to 5 minutes a day. You can definitely set aside some time to meditate and to clear your mind. This really trains your brain to focus where you want it to and not get distracted by negativity in the environment around you. And number 4, do a random act of kindness over the course of each day. You can make it simple. You know, it doesn't have to be anything complex or crazy. You don't gotta spend a lot of money. Send a text or a DM or at someone on social media, just to like let them know, hey, thank you for doing this positive thing. Thank you for the way you impacted me. Tell them something nice that you like about them, admire about them. Praise them for something that they did, whether it impacted someone else in a positive way or yourself in a positive way. Just let them know. Like, do something that's going to impact them in a good way, and say something that you know that would make your day if someone said to you. And 5, exercise for 15 minutes daily. I get some days you don't have time to spend an hour or 2 at the gym. I know I personally put some time into the gym on certain days of the week, but you can definitely do at least 15 minutes of some simple cardio if you need to. Studies show going for a walk and getting your heart rate up a little bit more has a longer lasting antidepressant impact than actual antidepressant medication itself. Besides those 5 right over there, other researchers also recommend making some more time for your friends, practice savoring each and every good moment, practice having a positive perspective, put more energy into cultivating your relationships, practice forgiveness. That's a big one that I really value personally. And then also practice the simple act of giving. Jeff Olson in the book even adds, read 10 pages of a good self-help book a day. Or he says a good book a day, but I say a good self-help book a day. Some sort of book that's going to personally improve your skills in something that you're working on, or yourself, or anything, relationships, anything. 10 pages a day. Because if you add up those 10 pages every single day, 360 days, 3,600 pages of reading, of knowledge. That's a lifetime of knowledge right there. You probably can come up with some of your own daily happy habits as well. Choose one that are your favorite, and choose ones that are a little different from your daily routine as well. I know personally for me, I lack journaling what I'm grateful for, and I lack meditating consistently, and I lack journaling a positive experience in my last 24 hours. So I know I'm going to work on adding those daily happy habits into my life, because I can definitely see how that could impact my life more significantly. Now, with all this talk about success, happiness, and personal development, what does that mean for us? Well, it gives us responsibility. Responsibility to make other people's lives better. If you're watching this video, you're probably thinking, how can I use a slight edge for me? How can I better my life? Me, me, me. And there's nothing wrong with that. But with this knowledge and personal growth, the price you have to pay is the fact that your life will only become better by making other people's lives around you better. Helping other people understand and learn their potential and their own personal growth and development is very important when it comes to the slight edge. Jeff Olson calls this the ripple effect. A single thoughtful, committed person can change the world. If you are a content creator watching this, I'm specifically targeting you here, but this goes to everybody, but I'm specifically targeting my content creators over here, my fellow content creators over here. Think about how you can do that in your own way. It doesn't matter what sort of content you make, whether it's live streaming, YouTube videos, gaming related content, music, animation, art. You can find ways to build this concept into your daily routine. Doing something simple and thoughtful to make someone else's day can cause them to do that same thing for someone else. Impacting someone else's day in a positive manner can go a long way in every part of your life and the others around you. We all have the ripple effect on one another. The question is, what kind of ripple effect do you have? A positive one or a negative one? You now get the essential idea of this book, so now where do you start? Where in your life do you want to incorporate the slight edge into? Wherever that may be, you must always start with that penny. Great success often starts with really tiny beginnings. You have to start somewhere, and you have to do something. Now, I'm still on my journey for content creation, but wow, I'm not gonna lie, I've grown a lot since I first started in streaming in 2015. Not just as a creator, but as a person overall. My first live streams on Twitch was streamed directly through my PS4, and I would read chat from an old laptop for about 5 months of streaming. The audio was from a scuffed microphone, and I had a cheap earpiece in that came free with the PS4, and I had about 0 to 3 viewers a stream for those entire 5 months, those entire first 5 months. When I didn't have anyone in my live stream chat, or if I didn't have anybody in party chat to talk to, I would have to push myself to try to create conversation on my own and speak out loud what I was thinking, force myself to talk to an empty chat. Along with that, I would push myself to research on ways I could develop my skills in live streaming, get myself out there, find a way to connect with other people, and really start building a community. I would find ways to improve my skill set. I would go on social media and talk to people I didn't know, hoping I would make some friendships, some meaningful friendships, and people that I could stream with. Every day, I added another 1% or a penny towards success. But now in the year 2020, if I look back and compound all that effort over time, wow, have I grown a lot. With the knowledge I seeked out for, the people I met, the skills I developed, and the basic fundamentals of live streaming, it all really adds up. When I first started my journey towards fitness, I was speed walking or lightly jogging on the treadmill for 20 minutes. Then after doing that for a little bit, that turned into lifting weights and 20 minutes of light cardio on the treadmill. Then that turned into feeling stuck and wanting more, so I seeked out a personal trainer to provide me with more knowledge and efficient workout routines. I also ended up eating healthier in this process as well. Now sure, I'm not where I want to be still with my overall health, but if I look back at the time since I first started working out, I can see a noticeable amount of weight that I lost and muscle that I've added to my body. I have less aches and pains, my range of motion is greater, and I overall feel like I have more energy. If you just add up that 1% of anything, skill, knowledge, effort per day, in an entire year, it will have more than tripled, but you have to start with that 1%. Greatness is not something that's predetermined or carved into your fate by forces beyond your control. Greatness is always in the moment of the decision. And with that, I give you episode 3 of The Slight Edge. If you like this video, please give it a like. Give me some comments or feedback if you would like as well. It's completely up to you. And I'll see you guys for episode 4 of The Slight Edge.